to throw out my second hot take, I guess. I don't know if I've said this on the podcast before, but I think I've said it in other places. But I fucking hate Ghibli movies, man.
I only liked like 3.
I think I like 1 or 2, and even like
Which ones?
Princess Mononoke and Nazca.
Do you like Howl's Moving Castle?
No.
I really like Howl's Moving Castle.
I really liked Howl's Moving Castle.
And the reason I don't like Ghibli is just because I don't like Disney. And I don't know, because Ghibli, like when I see a Ghibli movie, I'm like, this is an anime. Like, like this is an anime. This is a fucking Disney movie.
Can we also talk about how Hayao Miyazaki's a fucking asshole? Like,
oh yeah, he's an absolute cunt.
did you see the clip of like him going to his son's premiere?
Oh, you got to recommend that clip as well. My god.
So to this clip, right? You can search for it, but he goes to his son's premiere.
Yeah.
Who's making a movie, right? He's a director, and he fucking walks out of the premiere halfway through, being like, "He's not an adult yet," and I'm like, "Oh, he's fucking one of those dads." Who's like, he's not an adult yet at like 30 because I haven't deemed him worthy. It's like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, he goes out for like a cigarette and he's just like, yeah, this movie's trash. He could have done better. He hasn't grown up enough.
Yeah, and it's like, are you fucking kidding me?
As if Miyazaki hasn't made shit movies himself, right? Like not every like I love Ghibli, don't get me wrong, but have I enjoyed every single Ghibli movie? Absolutely not.
I just hate the kind of director who is like, everyone else is unimportant and my ideas are the best, and you know he gives off that vibe, and as much as you know, cultural icon for many parts, and you don't want to be just an asshole you don't want to shit talk anyone for no reason.
Yeah, because like
every single time you see him in an interview or do anything, he just seems kind of like a cunt to be around. Like, you would hate to be around him.
You can tell like he's such a closed-minded dude, because apparently the only movie that Hayao Miyazaki has made that he himself cried to was The Wind Rises. Yeah. And I can tell you that is the most mid Ghibli movie I've ever watched.
Is it? I heard good things about it.
It's good, but compared to other Ghibli movies, it is mid as fuck.
What are your favorite Ghibli movies then?
Princess Mononoke is easily my favorite. I mean, obviously, I grew up watching like Nausicaa and Totoro and stuff like that. Howl's Moving Castle is really good. I thought Ponyo was okay.
Ponyo was boring as fuck.
I think Ponyo is very much the Ghibli of the new generation. Sorry, the Totoro of the new generation.
Totoro, oh my fucking
What's the
god.
one with the
I fell asleep during Totoro, man. I'm like, why am I watching a kids show now?
Okay,
to
be fair.
Why do you expect me to be entertained?
Fair, yes, Totoro is a kids movie. That's why I don't recommend it to people. It's a kids movie.
Yeah, but so is Toy Story, but I can watch Toy Story.
Toy Story, though, Pixar has done a thing where they've managed to intermingle like very adult humor.
But that's good. Kids like media is great when it can be enjoyed by.
But Japanese media does not do that.
It does sometimes though.
Not Ghibli though.
Not Ghibli. And
what is it? The fucking one with the pig flying a plane.
Porco
Rosso.
I watched that and I fucking had to turn it off 20 minutes in. I'm like, I'm so fucking bored.
I enjoyed it, but I thought it was okay. Like, it's not amazing, but I thought it was okay.
That's basically my experience with a lot of Ghibli movies, is that this is the most okay film experience I've had. And I like, the reason I really can't get into a lot of Ghibli movies is that they just don't feel anime. I don't know, because they feel like Disney movies, right? And I know like Miyazaki's gone on record like criticizing a lot of animators who are like, man, they're just like inspired by other people working in anime rather than inspired by real life. And I'm like, this is why I got into the medium, dude. I like that.
It's the whole I hate otakus thing, right?
Why do you hate the thing that I like? I mean, as well, and
anime
also
was
just
a mistake.
On top of that, knowing that he's an asshole makes it so much worse for me to like try and enjoy it, because I think you can make great shit without being a huge cunt. Like,
absolutely.
I think maybe if you cure every single type of cancer, in your lifetime, go ahead, be an asshole. Like, you probably do. You get that pass.
It's that whole thing of like, you should separate the creator from the creation.
I disagree.
But sometimes it's really fucking hard not to do that.
It's really hard
when a person markets their work so heavily as their work, right? It's a Hayao Miyazaki film. It's not a film. It's a Hayao Miyazaki film, right? Yeah. So then it's like, well, he's kind of a cunt there. So it's kind of like,
Yeah, I agree.
But I mean, sometimes it doesn't detract from like how good this specific work is. Just because you enjoy a work doesn't necessarily mean you I forgot the first thing of what I was saying. But just because you enjoy the work doesn't mean you have to like
the person. I agree with that. But it's also like when you don't like the work, knowing the guy is kind of a bit of an asshole. You're like, God, I fucking hate this.
Yeah, but most people don't know that.
Yeah,
right?
when I turned off Porco Rosso halfway through, I was like, "You're not an adult yet. You haven't done it. You haven't done it."
I walked out of my room, had a cigarette.
I had to walk out the room, put my arm on the door frame. It's not ready yet. He wasn't.
It's
ready.
weird though because like to me like. My favorite Miyazaki film isn't even a Ghibli film. It's the fucking Lupin the Third movie that he did. Like way before Ghibli, the Castle Cagliostro. That shit's fucking dope. But I don't know. It's it's great.
I wonder, was he always like that, or is that something that happens when everyone tells you you've come down from God to bless us with animation? Like,
I'd say it's the latter. Like,
he's also like fucking
old,
150 years old, or however old he is.
I think if I was
he's
that
retired
old,
like 8
I'd like
times.
I'd like to think when I get old, I'll be the fun kind of old guy, the one who's like, I give a shit about what the young people are doing, instead of being like, I hate life.
You say that now.
Yeah, you say that now as like a 20-year-old.
I doubt Hayao Miyazaki in his 20s was like, I'm gonna grow up to be that absolute cunt.
I will redact all my statements if I see him hit the whip. You know what I mean? If Hayao Miyazaki comes out, hits the whip, I'll take retract all my comments.
I doubt Miyazaki's just like browsing Twitter to be like, oh man, they think I'm an asshole. I better change my ways. You know what I mean?
They think I'm an asshole. Fuck the haters.
I don't care what he thinks, but if he wants to see it and think, whatever. But I mean, all I'm saying is that you don't have to be an asshole.
Yeah, exactly.
You can be
humble.
Did you really have to tell your son his movie was shit in front of the cameras and go out of the? Did you really have to
have the cigarette?
This really feels like a drive home kind of thing. Like son, it wasn't that good, but don't worry, I wasn't going to embarrass you in front of all the news outlets that were waiting for me. It's your son, for fuck's sake. Are you kidding me?
That was the thing that broke you?
That was the thing where I'm like, oh, this is too much, man. That's you purposely went out of your way to be a cunt to your son.
Yeah.
Like, you could have waited till he got home and texted him and been like, son, it was I.
That's the thing though, like I watched the Hayao Miyazaki documentary that they did years ago. And it was such an interesting documentary, right? Because you get to learn about his life and like his thought process about everything.
Yeah.
But I don't recommend that like documentary to people, nor do I want to rewatch it, because in the entire documentary, Hayao Miyazaki is just an absolute dick to the interviewer.
It's just kind of
just answer the fucking question like a normal person.
Yeah. Right. It's like when people are just making things difficult for the sake of it, and then you have this whole, I'm the best. I know everything. It's like, it's so frustrating to have to put up with that when it's like, did you have to be an asshole though? Why? Why were you an asshole? Like, what did you gain from that? Did that make you feel big? Did you feel better? Like, just be nice.
But like Stanley Kubrick had the same thing, right? Apparently Stanley Kubrick was an absolute dick.
Apparently directors in general tend to be.
Yeah. Well, like when some of the most talented people and talented visionaries are probably some of the biggest dicks.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, especially with a director where it's literally like you have to be like put your foot down constantly. Well, I think it's a great YouTube video. It's like, are all directors dicks? It was on my recommended for like 1 million.
I love that title. Are all directors dicks?
It's actually really interesting. Go watch it. And he interviews a ton of directors asking them, should you be a dick?
Are you a dick?
A lot of them would be like, yeah, I am, because I have to put my foot down constantly and tell them no. Especially if you're working with some actors who are
okay, I get being a dick on the job.
Right.
But like when it's just like,
this is what I mean. Like, you can be a dick on set to get what you need done.
Yeah.
But did you have to go home and
humiliate? Did you have to be a dick to the interviewer? Like,
humiliate the interviewer, humiliate your son. Do you have to do that?
Yeah.
Like, that really, like, I don't know what it was when I saw that clip. It really fucking struck like a nerve with me. And I was like, I didn't mind him being an asshole sometimes. I was like, all right, whatever, that's his thing. Everyone in the office gets it. But then when he did that, I'm like, that is just cruel.
何を聞きたい？いや、見た感想っていうか。僕は自分の子供を見てて。自分の子供。大人になってない。
That was cruel.
Yeah, I think what hit me about that clip was that he did that in front of cameras.
You know what I mean? All the other people there, because all the other old men came out afterwards like, it was good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And he was like, no.
And he just left. I remember there was a shot of just him going down the stairs, be like, I'm fucking.
He like dragged his wife out with him as well, and I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, you guys chill here. I'm fucking off back home now.
For someone who says he doesn't like Ghibli films, you gave Mononoke Hime a 10.
Yeah.
Will you stick by that? Because if you do, then I can high five you. But if not, the backhand is coming.
Okay. What did I give Spirited Away?
Let me see.
Because I think thinking back, Mononoke is one of my.
You gave Spirited Away a 9.
Okay, then.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. God, I really had to think about that because I don't like Ghibli films, but I think Mononoke and Spirited Away are some of the few where I stick
It's
by
good.
them.
Come on, you gotta
I
admit,
stick
yeah.
by them.
You also gave Totoro an 8.
Okay, that's wrong. That's I don't know what the fuck was I thinking? Was I trying to look like I had good taste? Oh my god, no! It's a fucking 4 in my opinion.
What do you?
You know who else I think kind of fell off?
Who?
Ghibli.
Oh, they released their new movie. They didn't release anything about it except for a poster.
One poster for it, and that was their entire marketing. I've heard it's like good, but I don't fucking know anything about it because they never fucking promote it. And then the last couple of movies before then were just like,
I know it's meh.
Can't fall off if you never fell on.
Yeah. I know this new Ghibli movie is
Don't.
I know this.
I'm about to be that One Piece fan.
This is a
How dare you?
meh movie.
Yeah.
And I know it because everyone's like, yeah, it's good. It's a little weird.
Yeah.
And that's how you know it's meh because they're saying it's weird.
Yeah, I mean,
Because I feel
sure.
like Ghibli always struggles with like, hey, Miyazaki, what you trying to talk about?
Yeah, like to me, if it's just like a Ghibli movie, I'm just like without Miyazaki. That's how you know.
No, it's got him
Ghibli has.
involved.
Sorry.
It's got him involved with it.
Yeah, he came back out of retirement for the 57th
No.
time.
What I'm saying is, as like a animation studio.
Yeah.
I especially I'm not obviously I've said this before. I've never really been a big fan of Ghibli movies, but especially Ghibli movies without Miyazaki. Holy shit!
No, that's not true. There's a couple of like Yonebayashi films that are actually really, really good.
I mean,
like when Marnie was there, I fucking cried to that. That was a great film. That was no Miyazaki whatsoever. And then there are some Miyazaki films where I'm like, this is shit. So
yeah, Totoro sucks. I think that's boring as shit.
yeah, but you didn't grow up with it. That's
Or
why.
What is this like the fucking trains of
I watched
the
Spirited
trains
Away.
of movies?
I watched Spirited Away for the first time at Ludwig's house. It was all right.
How was it? Yeah, it was alright. It was alright, right?
Because I watched it and I was like, yeah, it's all right. And everyone was like, did you get all the metaphors for all this stuff? I'm like, how the fuck was I supposed to get any of this shit? You know how much weird shit was in that film? Do you know how much weird stuff this man was huffing something when he made this film?
Nah, just not enough height. Just not enough IQ.
I guess I just didn't understand everything. I didn't understand that I mean, I understood that the pollution was bad because
You didn't watch enough Rick and Morty. Your IQ is not high enough.
Fuck. I mean, it's just always so weird, man. It's like, I do find it fascinating, and I'm glad that these movies exist where it's like PG but fucked up. It's like every Ghibli movie is like, yeah, it's family friendly.
Yeah.
It's family friendly.
I don't know. I wouldn't say Princess Mononoke is family friendly.
Yeah, but I feel like a lot of the films, like Howl's is like, yeah, it's a fun movie. It's fun. It's
not. It is not.
And because the trailers could easily sell it. It's
Yeah.
Hal's got a castle that moves. Oh boy, it's an adventure. And then it's
He's got a talking flame and a body. Just a scarecrow.
Yeah.
And they make him breakfast sometimes. And then you get into the second half of the film, it's like war crimes. Oh, okay. All right, guys.
Man is melting in his room. It's
Yeah,
like,
it's
this is a
fucked.
family friendly movie.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck? Where are we going with this?
The fact that Spirited Away exists, and I think it's. I mean, me watching any Ghibli movie.
I like it.
I do like it as well. It's kind of like me watching any kind of like any Oscar bait kind of like nominated nominated film where I'm like critically, I'm like, this is fucking incredible. Personally, like personal attachment, I'm like,
But I really like Boy and the Heron. That was fun.
Right.
yeah. Well, that's that's more traditional.
I don't know how to say it. Like, I guess Ghibli films feel like films, but then sometimes you watch other anime movies, you're like, nah, it doesn't feel like an anime movie.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
like Jujutsu Kaisen
Yeah, like
Zero.
Jujutsu
Yeah,
Kaisen
of course,
Zero.
of course.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. I put the Hayao Miyazaki film on here because the more I like,
You liked it?
the more I sit after watching this movie, the more I really fucked with it.
I still need to watch it.
Yeah, initially when I left the theater, I was kind of like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
But the more I've just gone on about my life, the more I've thought about that movie a lot more, which I feel like a lot of movies don't do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of movies, when I watch them, I consume them, and I think nothing of them until someone reminds me they exist.
Yeah.
But this is one that I keep thinking about. And I don't know what that says about the movie, but it's really stuck with me.
What are you thinking about it?
I don't know. I was really, and I know this is such a usual thing to say, but the music and the visuals were so fucking good, as always.
Yeah. Well, that's something you can normally expect from a Ghibli film.
Yeah, I know.
Joe Hisaishi don't miss, man.
He just doesn't.
He really doesn't.
Can you just be bad at something?
I hate how talented he is.
And it's annoying because I really don't enjoy Hayao Miyazaki as a person as much.
Yeah.
Just because the way that he the way he talks about things, and dude, I'm still angry about how he was mean to his son. Even though some people online find that like really funny and based, or like so fucking based, and it's like, what a fucking awful dad.
Yeah.
But
goddamn, he makes bangers.
goddamn, this film is really fucking good. Yeah. And I really can't wait to watch this dubbed again because fucking Robert Pattinson. Looks like he just looked like he just was in Twilight once and took it personally, and now he's on a mission to be good in everything ever. So super stoked about it. But honestly, I haven't watched many Ghibli films, but it's definitely my favorite one out of all of them. I like this more than Spirited Away.
Wow, really?
But then again, I didn't grow up with Spirited Away. I watched it for the first time this year as well.
Yeah.
Wait, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
If I ever said that I watched it before, I lied because I was self-conscious about not watching it. But I have now watched it.
Wait, so what did you... Okay, now I'm curious as someone who just discovered Spirited Away in 2023. What did you think of it?
I enjoyed it.
Has it aged well?
I thought it was good. I felt that because there was so many visual metaphors and a lot of different kind of... what's the word for this? I forgot how to explain this because my English explanations are bad. A lot of different messages and themes that I couldn't pick up on my first viewing.
Yeah.
That I then had to, like, when I read more about the movie and I realized I missed a bunch of things.
Yeah.
Because there's just so much going on.
Yeah.
Especially, like, visually. There's just, like... I would read about what each visual representation meant, and I was like, oh, fuck, I had no way of figuring that out on my first watch.
Yeah.
And, and I appreciated that, but at the same time, I felt like I really enjoyed The Boy and the Heron. I also went into it knowing fucking nothing. I studied everyone in Japan.
Yeah. Well, we did not have any marketing for it.
It came out of nowhere.
All I know is that they had that 1/6 sketch of the bird.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like, all right, let's find out. And also, I won't lie, for me personally, it was really fun and satisfying getting to watch film in Japanese and understanding the entire plot.
Hell yeah.
I was super stoked about that. And I felt like the only character I couldn't understand was the bird sometimes, because he'd be like, Doshio, Naniko de. I was like, and he talked really fast. I was like, hold on, okay, let me try and like back up real quick. But everyone else I could understand pretty well, and I was really hyped about it. Anyway, and honestly, it was a fun time. I really want to rewatch it again, just so I can kind of articulate how I feel about it much better. But it really stuck with me, and I feel like that deserves something. No.
Oh, damn.
I can't believe Nazca aired here. I thought Nazca was like 90s for some reason.
Yeah, I think Nazca's 84.
It's the first Ghibli film.
Technically, no.
Okay.
This is before Ghibli was founded.
Yeah.
Nazca is the reason why Ghibli got founded.
Yeah.
Because then they made Castle in the Sky?
Yes, Castle in the Sky is technically the first one.
Yeah.
But people just like... it's basically the same staff that founded Ghibli who worked on Nazca anyway, so it's like... It's a Ghibli.
It's like calling Gurren Lagann a Trigger show.
Yeah.
Because even though it was made by Studio Gainax, the entire team went on to found Studio Trigger.
I haven't watched Nazca. I watched Castle in the Sky. I haven't watched Nazca.
You ever watched Nazca?
Nazca's one of my favorite, actually.
Nazca's one of my favorites as well.
Yeah.
So he fell off after that?
It's like those bands
he's been putting out slop since 80.
It's like those bands that debut on their first album. And it's like downhill from there.
I think Jaws is Spielberg's best film, actually. All the other shit that he did afterwards.
He just tried. He tried to match that hype.
Fucking kind of fell off, man.
To be fair, though, like there are some scenes in Nazca which, like, to this day, are fucking beautiful.
I always confused Nazca and Castle in the Sky for some reason. I don't know why. I thought they looked similar.
I mean, they definitely took a lot of ideas from
I don't know if it's
Nazca.
cozy.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's cool.
I like that shit though.
Yeah. I will say, looking at this, it does remind me, like, especially when we're gonna get into, I guess, more modern anime. Like maybe Miyazaki had a point, you know.
What, saying all new anime is dog shit?
I don't know. It just seems like, looking back at these era and looking at what anime has evolved into, especially in terms of like animation styles and the types of characters you see in these kinds of shows, it seems like more and more in the modern day, anime characters and anime writing seems to be inspired by other anime.
Yeah. Oh yeah, totally.
If that makes sense.
I mean, the light novel industry has been struggling with this for like the past, like basically since Haruhi.
Yeah.
There's also 3 Ghibli movies on here as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Kiki's Delivery Service and Grave of the Fireflies.
How many movies did they release in the space of like 4 years?
Oh dude, they were locked in during this
They
time.
must have been locked in.
Every movie they made was like humongous.
How the fuck did they release so many bangers?
Because I think it was only like a couple of years later they started releasing Mononoke.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
They were locked in.
They were locked the fuck.
What
in.
happened?
And it wasn't even
Miyazaki
all...
went into his 27th retirement.
Yeah.
True.
And it wasn't even all Miyazaki as well, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
They weren't the Miyazaki studio back then. or
Exactly.
the
Well,
Miyazaki-
Grave of the Fireflies is not a Miyazaki film.
Exactly.
I still, you know, I haven't watched that one. I actually haven't watched Totoro either.
I feel Totoro, you had to have grown up with it.
I don't.
It's hard to watch.
Everything I've seen about Totoro, I wouldn't like. But Grave of the Fireflies, I think I want to watch.
Grave of the Fireflies is
has aged well.
it's hard to watch. Though.
Yeah.
Not in a bad way, in like a this is too sad way.
Well, I like watching those stuff.
I watched the Chinese dub of Grave of the Fireflies and I was crying.
Why? Okay. Why did you watch the Chinese stuff?
What? Yeah.
Because we had the VCR of Grave of the Fireflies, right, growing up, the Japanese one,
Yeah.
that, you know, I used to watch with my sister every now and then when we wanted to feel sad. And then we lost that VCR.
So you bought a new one.
And no, we didn't even do that. And then we went onto like YouTube.
Okay.
And for some reason, at the time, the only YouTube rip of Grave of the Fireflies was the Chinese dub.
I've never heard of anyone want to watch that movie so bad they were watching the Chinese dub. I kind of feel like if I just didn't find the dub, I would give up.
Yeah.
But I still cried in the first 5 minutes. That just goes to show the power of this show.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn. What a cool era though. Yeah,
Ghibli movies are overrated. Do we all think this? Joey Connor Gant.
we all did.
I guess so.
Yeah, I think it's lukewarm.
Yeah, it's lukewarm.
I think
There's a lot of people who don't like Ghibli movies.
There are a lot of. Okay, let's just be honest. There are a lot of meh Ghibli films.
there are a lot of meh Ghibli
Right.
films,
They-
and when
they-
people
they
think
have some
Ghibli
bangers.
films, they think Miyazaki, right?
Yeah.
And even Miyazaki doesn't always bring out bangers all the time.
They're good, but I wouldn't say they're like the best anime movies. out
Yeah, they're just definitely
fine.
very beloved by.
Like I'm still convinced that like Kiki's Delivery Service was like a psy-off by Miyazaki to make a lo-fi girl, just a bunch of like art that was be inspired in the future, way back.
I mean, that movie is
nothing
visually
happens in the movie.
Yeah, but that movie is visually very pretty.
Yeah, I feel like he made it just because he was like, I just want to draw a bunch of like sellable merch and good
No,
frames.
that's Totoro.
That's Totoro.
Yeah, that's
too.
Totoro.
That's Totoro.
Yeah, but at least something happens in Totoro.
What?
I don't know. Presumably, I haven't watched it. Because
that was my problem with Totoro. I was like-
and nothing fucking happens in Kiki's.
Yeah, I watched Totoro, and I'm like, I'm watching a kids film that's.
I just
should
assumed
have
something
stayed a kids
happened.
What, in Kiki's Delivery Service?
No, in
Oh,
Totoro
Totoro.
because everyone loves it. So I assume something happened in the movie.
It's
They
just-
find Totoro, and Totoro's.
Well, no, the youngest sister gets lost, and there's like a whole like mystery element to
Okay, so
that.
there's a story in
So
there.
there is a story. Also,
But
Kiki's
Kiki's,
Delivery
forgot
Service
about
also same thing happened.
Like barely.
You're both
Yeah,
fucking
barely.
wrong for
Like,
that.
barely,
I'm just gonna say that right now.
Barely anything happens.
Nothing happens in Totoro. Nothing worth
Literally
remembering.
nothing happens in
Nothing
Kiki.
worth. I'm saying this right now, Joey. This could
If
be my
you watch the Lo-Fi Girl, you get the same level of plot depth as Kiki's Delivery Service.
I mean, that's just insane.
Go find a Totoro statue and you'll have the exact same experience as the movie. That's basically it. And then there's a
Damn.
fucking cat bus, and then that's it. That's
Yeah.
it. They ride into the sunsets.
It's alright, Ghibli fans. I got your back. These guys just don't know what they're talking about. But yes, I agree. I'd say, yeah, for the most part, they're fine, but they're not the best movie. Princess Mononoke, not even arguing, I'm throwing that like at the very top of the S tier. This is still to this day my favorite Studio Ghibli film ever made. It is dark, it is gripping, it is action-packed, it is visually stunning. The music by Hisaishi Joe, I think, is, in my opinion, one of the best Studio Ghibli soundtracks ever created. It's spiritual, it's thematic, it is still, the themes talked about is still relevant to this day. And it's just so goddamn cool.